Good morning, everyone. Today, we are going to be discussing Lesson 3.3 of Statistics and Probability, or solving problems involving sampling distribution of the sample means.
In this lesson, you will be able to solve problems involving sampling distributions of the sample means.
Solving problems involving sampling distribution of the sample means. The central limit theorem is fundamental in statistics because it justifies the use of normal curve methods for a wide range of problems. It tells us that when we take lots of samples from a population, the average of those samples will tend to form a bell-shaped curve even if the original population doesn't follow a normal distribution. This means we can use normal curve methods to make predictions about the population, which is really handy. It works best when we sample from a really big population. Kapag marami kang sample mula sa isang population, ang average ng mga sample ay magiging mas malapit sa totoong average ng population. So kapag mas marami kang sample, mas swak or mas accurate ang results. Take note that central limit theorem states that regardless of the sample size, the sample distribution of the sample mean will always be normal. Consequently, it justifies the use of the formula z equals sample mean minus population mean over population standard deviation over the square root of sample size. When computing for the probability that sample mean will take on a value within a given range in sampling distribution of sample mean, the formula is used.
Okay, so gagamitin natin ngayon yung formula na in-explain ni Leah, which is z over x minus mean over variance over square root of n. So ngayon, for x, we have 700. For mean, we have 550. For variance, we have 50. And then for n, we have 10. So first step, natin to, i-calculate natin using our cycle. So ilalagay natin yung 700 minus 550 over 50 over the square root of 10. And then, makita natin, ang results nun is 0.94, something. And then, nira-round off natin siya into 0.95. And then, gagamit tayo ng z-score table. And then, i-convert natin to. So, paghahanapin natin ito, yung result is 0.3289. And then, after nun, try natin, ima-minus natin siya dun sa, 0.5,000. So, 0.5,000 minus 0.3289 is equals to 1,711. Or, i-convert na natin siya ngayon into percentage, which is 17.11%. Yun yung probability.
Example 1. Time to complete an examination. The average time it takes a group of college students to complete a certain examination is 46.2 minutes. The standard deviation is 8 minutes. Assume that the variable is normally distributed. A. What is the probability that a randomly selected college students will complete the examination in less than 43 minutes?
Okay, so in order for us to find the probability sa isang problem, we should know these 4 basic steps that I'm going to be discussing sa inyong lahat since ito nga yung magiging guide nyo kung paano ba mahanap ang probability. Depende sa problema, kung probability bang hinahanap, ito na yung makakatulong sa inyo para hanapin iyon. And very easy to follow lang naman siya since basic lang yung formula na ating susundan and it's very easy to memorize. So, the first step is we should identify the given information. So, i-identify natin alin ba ang sample mean or yung population mean or yung standard deviation or sample size kung sasabihin, no? So, hindi lang natin i-identify kung alin dyan yung mga anong mean ba yung numbers dyan. We should analyze the question. So, dapat interpret talaga natin yung question, no? Para hindi mamali yung computation natin. Kasi once na mali yung nalagay mong sample mean, yung sample mean na nilagay mo is population mean pala, edi mali na yung sagot mo. So, ayun, we should know or we should identify the given information, the given numbers no? So here we are given that the population mean is the 46.2, and the standard deviation is 8, and the sample mean is 43. So ayan, given na. Sa step 2 naman, identify what is being asked for. We are asked to find the probability. Yung tanong dito is, what is the probability that a randomly selected college student will complete the examination in less than 43 minutes? So, hinahanap yung probability ng mga randomly selected na college student kung sino ba yung makakatapos ng kanilang examination in less than 43 minutes. So, hindi mo naman mape-predict yan. Since ang average time based on this problem, ang average time na nata-take ng mga college student is 46.2 minutes sa pagtapos ng kanilang examination, no? So, dito hahanapin naman natin yung probability kung sino ba yung mga college students na makakatapos sa kanilang examination in less than 43 minutes. So, let's proceed sa step 3. Identify the formula to be used. Here, we are dealing with individual data obtained from the population. Thus, you have the formula sample mean minus the population mean over standard deviation to standard 43. So, nakikita niyo yung picture dyan, di ba? Madali lang siyang i-memorize. So, you should memorize it para hindi tayo magkamali sa exam. Ayan. So, mamaya isa-substitute na lang natin siya and i-compute na natin. So, ayun, for the very, very last step that we should follow before we solve the problem, kailangan nakahanda and meron tayong printed na z-table kasi very necessary ang z-table in order for us to find the final product, final probability. So, ayan, isa-substitute na lang natin yung mga given sample mean, given population mean, and given standard deviation, which is yung nasa step 1 natin kanina. So, isa-substitute natin siya dun sa formula na kakatake lang natin sa step 3. So, here, we are given sample mean minus population mean. Ang sample mean natin is 43. So, ima-minus natin siya sa population mean, which is yung 46.2. Ayan. Kailangan naka-ready yung calculator natin. So, 43 minus 46.2 is equal to negative 3.2. So, nakuha na natin yung subtraction nila, no? So, i-divide na lang natin siya sa standard deviation. Ang standard deviation natin is yung 8. So, negative 3.2 divided by 8 is equal to negative 0.40. Ayan, nakalagay sa baba ng picture. We shall find the probability by getting the area under the normal curve, which is yung negative 0.40. So, next na ating gagawin is yung z-table, kukunin natin. Ayan, kukunin natin ang z-table. So, titignan natin sa ating z-table yung negative 0.40. So, hindi na relevant yung negative na yan. Basta hahanapin natin yung probability, which is yung 0.40. So, nakalagay dito sa z-table is yung 0.40 is equal to 0.1554 or 0.1554. Yan, nakalagay na dito sa baba ng sa second to the last na step. So, here, ayan, isa-substitute natin siya. Yung 0.5,000, given na yan. If titignan natin sa book, given na siya. Automatically, given na yung 0.5,000. So, yung given na 0.5,000 na yan, ima-minus natin siya sa 0.1554, which is yung nasa z-table natin na 0.40, no? So, if we minus 0.5,000 or 0.5000 minus 0.1554, it will equal to 0.3446. So, double check natin sa ating calculator, no? 0.554 1000 minus 0.1554 will be equal to 0.3446. So, ayun, nahanap na natin yung final product natin or yung probability ng mga randomly selected college student na makakapagtapos ng kanilang exam in less than 43 minutes, no? So, ang probability is 0.3446. So, it's either 0.3446 or if percentage man yung hinahanap, mako-convert natin ang decimal point into percentage if we move the decimal point twice sa right, which will be 34.46%, or we divide 0.3446 by 100 sa ating calculator. If we divide 0.3446 sa calculator natin, we divide it by 100, magiging siyang 34.46%. So, isa na rin yan sa dapat nating tandaan. If percentage man yung hinahanap and yung lumabas sa calculator natin is decimal point, ang tanging gagawin lamang natin is i-divide natin yung decimal na yun into 100. So, ayun, percentage na siya. And, yes, that's the probability of the first example.
If 50 randomly selected college students take the examination, what is the probability that the mean time it takes the group to complete the test will be less than 43 minutes? So, the first step is we're going to identify the given information. Here we are given the following. Population mean is 46.2. Standard deviation is 8. And the sample mean is 43. And the n is equals 50. So the second step is we're going to identify what is asked for. We are asked to find P of sample mean less than 43. So the third step is we're going to identify the formula to be used. Here we are dealing with data about sample means. Formula to standardize 43. Sample mean minus population mean is divided by standard deviation of square root of n.
For the last step, isosolve na natin yung problem. Now, let's use the formula z is equal to sample mean minus the population mean divided by population standard deviation and divided by square root of sample size. Then, isa-substitute na natin yung mga na-identify nating given. So, 43 minus 46.2 divided by 8 divided by square root of 50. So, first natin gagalawin is yung sample mean and population mean. 43 minus 46.2 is equal to negative 3.2. Then, next is yung square root of 50, which is 7.07. Then, i-divide natin sa 8. 8 divided by 7.07 is equal to 1.13. Then, ipag-divide na natin yung nakuha natin kanina sa sample mean and population mean, which is negative 3.2, and sa population standard deviation naman and sa sample size, which is 1.13. So, negative 3.2 divided by 1.13 is equal to negative 2.83. So, ang gagamitin natin para makuha yung area ni negative 2.83 is gagamitin natin yung Z table. So, ang corresponding area ni negative 2.83 is 0.4977. So, kapag igagraph na natin siya, as you can see naman sa screen, no, ma-identify natin na negative siya sa question pa lang. Kasi sa question natin is, what is the probability that the mean time it takes the group to complete the test will be less than 43 minutes? Less means negative, right? As we can see sa graph nga, yung area ni negative 2.83, ganito lang kaliit sa graph, no? So, ang next, ang gagawin na natin is ima-minus natin yung nakuha natin sa z-table sa 0.5. So, 0.5000 minus 0.4977 is equal to 0.0023 or 0.23%. So, ganun lang siya kababa. Therefore, the probability that 50 randomly selected college students will complete the test in less than 43 minutes is 0.00023 or 0.23%. C.
Does it seem reasonable that a college student would finish the examination in less than 43 minutes? Yes.
Letter D. Does it seem reasonable that the mean of the 50 college students could be less than 43 minutes? No, it is very unlikely. The answer is, it's unlikely because if the mean of 50 college student time is less than 43 minutes, it suggests they are completing a task faster than average time. Given that 43 minutes is already relatively short time, it's improbably that a group of 50 students would consistently perform significantly faster.
Cholesterol content. The average amount of cholesterol in a cup of a certain brand of ice cream is 660 mg, while the standard deviation is 35 mg. Assume the variable is normally distributed. If a cup of ice cream is selected, what is the probability that the cholesterol content will be more than 670 mg? So, bago natin malaman yung sagot or result ng isosolve natin, kailangan muna nating malaman ng step 1. So first, i-identify muna natin yung given information. Ang una nating hahanapin ay ang population mean. Ang population mean natin na nakuha sa problem is 660. And next is the population standard deviation, which is 35 mg. And yung sample mean naman natin is 670. So ngayong nalaman na natin yung mga given informations nila, sa step 2 naman tayo. Identify what is asked for. We are asked to find P is X greater than 670. The next step will be presented by Micaela Macaranas.
Step 3. Identify the formula to be used. Here, we are dealing with individual data obtained from the population. Thus, we will use the formula Z is equal to sample mean minus population mean divided by the standard deviation to standardize 670. After identifying the formula, we are moving on to step 4, which is solve the problem. So first, we have to substitute the numbers that we got to the formula that we identified. 670 minus 660 divided by 35 is equal to 0.29. So, we shall find that the probability X is greater than 670 by getting area under the normal curve, like shown in the picture. Once we use the C table to find the area, we'll have 0.1141 as the equivalent to 0.29. Therefore, now we are going to subtract that number to 0.5000, which is equal to 0.3859. Therefore, the probability that the cholesterol content will be more than 670 mg is 0.3859 or 38.59%.
Let's go ahead and try the next example, which is B. If a sample of 10 cups of ice cream is selected, what is the probability that the mean of the sample will be larger than 670 mg? So our first step is to identify the given information. And the information that was given is the population mean is equals to 660. The population standard deviation is equals to 35. And the sample mean is equals to 670. And the sample size is equals to 10.
Step 2. Identify what is asked for. We are asked to find the probability is x greater than 670. Step 3. Identify the formula to be used. Here we are dealing with data about the sample means. Thus, we will use the formula sample mean minus population divided by population standard deviation divided by sample size to standardize 670.
On step number 4, we are now going to solve the problem. With the formula, Z is equals to sample mean minus the population mean over the population standard deviation over the square root of n. We are now going to put the identified data that we have identified on step number 1, which is 670 minus 660 over 35 over the square root of 10, which is approximately 0.90. After solving the problem, we shall find P. It has a open and closed parenthesis that has sample mean is greater than 670 and is equals to P, open and close parenthesis, Z is greater than 0.90, and it is now equals to 0.5000 minus 0.3159 by minusing 0.5000 and 0.3159, we're going to get the answer 0.1841. Therefore, the probability that the mean carousel content of 10 randomly selected cups of ice cream will be more than 670 mg is 0.1841 or 18.41%.
What is the probability in part A larger than part B? Individual values are more variable than sample means.
Exercises. A manufacturer of light bulbs produces bulbs that last 950 hours on average, with a standard deviation of 120 hours. What is the probability that the mean lifetime of a random sample of these bulbs is less than 900 hours? To solve the following problems, first we need to identify the given numbers. Here we have the population mean is equals to 950. Our standard deviation is equals to 120. The sample mean would be 900 and the sample size is equals to 10. So after we identify the given numbers, we need to use the formula, which is dz equals sample mean minus the population mean over the standard deviation over the square root of sample size. So after we identify the given numbers and write the formula, we need to substitute it with the numbers. Here we have the sample mean minus the population mean over the standard deviation over the square root of the sample size. Second, we need to minus the sample mean minus the population mean, and it will be negative 50.
over 120 over the square root of 10. Next, we need to solve the square root, and it will be 3.16. And then divide it to the standard deviation, which is the 120, and it will be 37.97. After we calculate it, we need to divide it to negative 50, which the answer would be negative 1.31 or 1.32.
After you get the answer on the step number 4, you need to find the value of negative 1.31 on the z-table and minus the value on 0.5000, and the answer would be 0.0951.